What is going on, guys? We are going to do just some commentary because it doesn't look like Frenchconnect stream, and if Frenchconnect streams, obviously I will turn it over to him and we'll stop the stream. But I know Deanbarr didn't necessarily want to stream, but he can share a screen just because it causes issues with his meter, I think. So if he'd share the screen, I would stream it. Yeah, we got the match going here. Good luck to both of them. So it's not going to have sound just because we're not going to do sound because you probably hear a lot of inappropriate things with Dean. He gets a little cussy. So we're just going to do it without sound. All right, first hole, left to right wind. It's all about hitting the fairway. It looks like French is going first, which to me is a disadvantage. I don't want to hit this tee shot first, so this will give Dean a good line of sight where he wants to hit it and where he shouldn't hit it. That looks like a pretty good tee shot. Yep. That'll leave a good number in. A little laggy. You see Dean has some issues streaming. We can see it's just a little bit laggy, so hopefully it doesn't affect his meter. If it does, I'm sure he'll probably have to drop off, but it is looking a little laggy. Of course, if you don't know, Dean plays without shot power putter pal, so very interesting. So he's taking a little more of an aggressive line, but I don't mind it. It looked like Frenchconnect kind of aimed left of the, look at the pine tree. So Dean's aiming a little more right. Should be fine. That should be in a pretty good spot. Yep, very nice. Looks like he'll be hitting second into this hole if I had to guess. Not a bad number in here for French. Definitely one that he can be extremely aggressive with. We'll see how he plays it, but probably only going to be uphill like, it's either going to be 0 or worst case like 2 feet top. So if I had to guess, he's probably looking somewhere in the neighborhood of 58, 59 yards here. The biggest thing here, we got the front pin, so you do have to watch spin here. If he's hitting a flat 60, he's going to want to land this high left and then spin it back a little bit. But with a 60, you can get a lot of spin here. So probably would be ideal to put a little top on this. Did get the heartbeat. And played that extremely well, almost hold out. I don't know if he played flat or maybe that was maybe a tick or two off top. Didn't quite come back as much if he played it flat, I think. Kind of a similar shot here for Dean. I do love Dean's angle, though. Dean probably has about 50, I don't know, probably 55 yards or so into this one. Maybe 55 and a half. But I like the line. Could just be going right at it here. I had to guess is going to be flat and somewhere. I mean, he doesn't use percentages, so this is literally, he just does it by feel, but it should be right around 92% or so. That looks maybe a little light. He's coming up a little bit. I like it. A little bit more. All right. I think that's going to be pretty good. Did miss late, though. See, he got a little more spin. That's what made me feel like maybe French put a little bit of top on his, because that's more the spin I would expect from flat. But still, not a bad shot. It's going to be a right to left putt. Maybe not the putt you want to have on the first hole with your partner in there tight, but we'll see. It looks like Dean's using the standard dot speeds, not the classic. But Dean does really well on these putts. He's very good at jamming putts. He might miss late here if I had to guess. It's a pretty thin line he's on right there. I would expect a late miss here. He went with the ding and oof, got it. Got it on the edge there. That was close. All right, should see a concede here. All square through 1. See what pin we get here on 2. Ooh, what a great wind. This will be an interesting wind. Standard dots more in keeping with his hit every putt straight ethos, yeah. So interesting wind here. No real danger off the tee. I guess the only real danger is playing too far left. Sometimes when you see this wind, people will overplay to the left and slight risk of running into the rough, but highly unlikely. Maybe 5% chance of hitting the rough or bunker here. Good line. I like the angle. I think he left himself with a really, really nice angle. I'm assuming Dean will follow suit, try to put it somewhere kind of right at his ball, maybe even a little right if he wants to get a little risky. Looks like he's playing a much, much safer line. Much safer. Probably be ideal to miss this one late, honestly. Yeah, it was a good late miss. I was going to leave him with a struggling angle if he dings that. All right, quite a ways behind here. Frenchconnect kind of put the hammer down on him in terms of distance, so we'll see what happens here. Not too tough of a shot. He's probably looking. He can either go like a soft 6 or a hard 5. Looks like he's going hard 5. Probably gonna hit this, 94, 90. I don't know if I like hard 5 here. I think soft 6 is actually the better play and more of a Dean play too. Dean's not one to play a lot of full backspin shots, so interesting. 7-iron. Okay. 7-iron would have to be almost flat. So he's probably going to come off and hit like half back 6 or something like that. He's not playing a lot, although he does play a different ball than me, so our distances are slightly different. But I feel like that's going to come up short. Yep. It needed, I think half back would have been very, very good right there. I think he played about 80% back or so. I would have played probably 45. Nah, I probably would have played 53% back there. Let's see what John's got. He's got 172. It's going to be very similar elevation and all that stuff. John's probably going 6 full back, about 97% or so, if I had to guess. He's got a very good number in here. What's going on, John? How are you tonight? I would expect this to be a pretty tight shot, I'll be honest. Probably wants to land this about a yard left of the pin and then just let it kind of die and trickle down. Anything pin high right's going to release. So you really want to be left here. Into a tailwind, you want to kind of kill it into the hill. So you can land this pin high left or even maybe a half yard short of pin. This is going to be really good. He's in a great position. No heartbeat. Wow. Came up very, very short. Did not expect that. That was a pretty prime number. Obviously, we can't see what he hit, but I'm sure he's not too happy with that shot. See what he's working with here. It's going to break left to right. If I remember right, this is going to be maybe close to a grid. So it's got a decent amount of bend to it. Might be even a little bit more than a grid, depending on the speed he wants to play this. Don't really know much about how John putts, if he's a kind of a dead weight putter or if he likes it firm. I guess we'll find out here. More of it is a putt you kind of want to play a little more dead weight. It's a pretty good line, just a little low, but very good read there. Very, very good read. All right, so Dino's putt here. He's probably going to hit this for probably somewhere around 11.2, 11.3, so probably just under 20% on a 60 scale. In terms of the line, obviously a lot less break here. That looks to me somewhere below half a grid. Good luck. I'm not playing. We're just commentating. This is just purely a commentary stream here. We are not playing. I like his line. He might be underplaying slightly, but again, it's so speed dependent. Dean is a bit of a firm putter, so he did put that on a very firm line. Great eagle. Moves the one up. Was a very, very firm putt. Ooh, good wind here. I would just, they're probably just going kind of right at the pin, maybe the right bunker, and use that as your aim point and just bomb it. Should be a couple short wedges, although this front pin, It's not too uncommon to see guys hit wedges that come up like 2-3 yards short here. So we'll see how familiar they are with this pin. Very, very short number in 25. Be interesting to see if he pitches that. Now, he could use a 56 pitch. I don't know. Maybe not the shot there with all the elevation, but we will see. Not real sure what Dean's doing. Looks like he's stuck in chat mode. All right, nothing too difficult about these tee shots. These are pretty easy. Interesting. We saw Frenchconnect blow up by Dean last hole, and they kind of reciprocated this hole. Dean about 11 yards closer. Although not a massive advantage here. It's not going to give you any type of huge advantage. Looks like he's messing with the settings a little bit. I don't know. The only problem with doing this is a lot of times this will cause the game to lag out. When you go into your settings, there's a bit of a bug I found out. If you're in there for a while, a lot of times it'll mess up the game. So hopefully it doesn't cause too many issues here. Anyway, pretty good number here for Frenchconnect. I mean, it's just going to be a pretty standard shot, about 35 yards or so. Probably looking at a punch around 80%, if I had to guess. Punch full back about 80. Played it very nicely. Kick in birdie. I'm sure that will be conceded. So let's see what Dean does. He can go with a punch, a full shot. He can pitch it. I don't necessarily like the pitch because of the elevation here. I would expect if he's going to pitch this, it's going to be probably full back about 80-some%, 85% or something. Somewhere between 80 and 85, if I had to guess. But see, with this slope, I just find it very unreliable. I think I'm just playing for birdie here. And the odds of hole in this are extremely slim. Your opponent's in for birdie. You got a one-up lead. Just birdie it. 27 flop. Could do the flop, but I don't think Dean plays the flop, so unlikely we will see that. That is could do the flop. Going with the pitch. Interesting play. I would assume this comes up quite a bit short. Yeah. Not in love with that play from there. I like a punch full backspin. If it's me, I'm hitting punch full back about 65%. Should have been a really good number, but he's got an uphill look at it. Not a tricky putt. Probably just going to put this on the edge and miss Ding off, or maybe just aim outside a little bit. Pretty simple putt. Right, yeah, it's difficult to hit pitches into upslopes. All right, got the birdie. Like I said, I would expect John's putt to be conceded here. We'll see. Where is everybody? Can't see anyone. I have no idea. We are still live and streaming. What a great win. Man, these are 3 great wins to start. Definitely have a look at this one. The thing you got to avoid here, with the right pin, you just can't miss in the right bunker, which Dean is getting very close to. Great kick. Oh, wow. Whew. Got saved by the kick there. See what John does. I assume John's going driver as well. Doesn't have to. I mean, you're down 1, but you're only on the 4th hole. So that's play. If he's not comfortable, he shouldn't do it. But if you're going to miss, you want to miss in the left bunker. You do have room to get up and down. Right is very tight. Looks like John is going to go with the driver. Uh-oh. Don't know if that one's going to get the same kick Dean got. We'll see. That one's a little more right. Oh, splash down. It might not be so bad, but we'll see. It just depends on how much green he has to work with, but I think anything inside 5 feet would be a good shot. And this should be a pretty basic pitch. You just have to add a little bit more because of the upslope, but this should come close. The only problem is where he is landing it here, there's a slope. So it's going to kick to our right in this view quite a bit. So he is going to get that right kick depending on where he lands it. It'd be interesting to see what type of spin he plays here. I think I would probably elect to go fullback. But I don't think Dean doesn't really play a lot of fullback of anything. So the only problem why I like fullback because you want to carry it as far as possible. We're going to see this big kick here. I would expect this misses to our right. It should take a nice little jolt to the right. Oh, we missed Ding late. Oh, excelente, excelente. That thing, he carried it over the ridge, and that thing, I think it bounced in the cup. I don't think it rolled in. I think it bounced in because that had some pace to it. Excellent shot, but it definitely had some pace to it. Probably going 4 or 5 feet by if it doesn't go in. That was very well played. So nice start by Dean here. We see him sitting at 5 under through 4, 6 under through 4 now. He's made 2 eagles, right? Yep, 6 under through 4. That's the ideal start. See what John does here. Obviously makes John's shot much easier. I would assume he's going to go flop about 85% here. So in terms of the transgressional Cobra Kai matches, Cobra Kai got on the board today, and that was kind of the kick I was talking about. See that slope right there? The Dean just kind of carried it right over and dunked it. Matches right now, Transgressional has won 3 matches. Cobra Kai won their first one today, so it is 3-1 them. We do have some good matches here. Coming up on some pretty nice matchups. I wouldn't be surprised if Dean plays this flat. Like I said, he is a very anti-spin player, so I'd be surprised if he plays something like a flattish 5-iron or something. Although the way he's aiming, this is more like putting spin on it. This is definitely not a flat wind aim. He's aiming over quite a bit. Might be like a half back 4, maybe. I fully expected to see the 5-iron though. Only hit that 73%. Ooh, what? Oh, interesting. That is did not play a lot of spin there. I would expect this to go long, but he did misding it, so that's going to kill a lot of distance off. So they did still carry quite a ways long. Just didn't put enough spin on that one. So door open for French here. Not a horribly hard shot here. I would expect French to get this pretty close. It was just a pretty wide miss by Dean, and he didn't play enough spin. We see John going 4-iron as well. Could definitely play the 3 here if you're comfortable with it. Not a bad fullback 3. Could play a flattish 5. Got some Dean cheerers in here. Okay. All right, let's see who everybody's cheering for. Type 1 in chat if you're rooting for Dean. 2 in chat if you're rooting for Frenchconnect. Let's see where everyone's at here. Uh-oh, heartbeats by French. Looking a little left. We'll see if it comes back down. Might have a tricky putt. Oh, he hit a beauty. What a great shot. Great shot. Puts the pressure on Dean here to sink this putt. Not going to be an easy putt. It's not the most breaking putt ever, but can be a bit tricky to read. We'll see. Probably going to hit this, let's see, 27 up to, it's like 28, 21, 22 feet or something like that. Somewhere in that ballpark. A decent amount of break here. But is it real? I don't know. It looks a bit light to me, but we'll see what he does. I would hit this about 21 feet. Knowing Dean, he's probably going to hit this like 25 because he is very, very firm with his putts. A 30-foot scale is interesting. That's like 70-some percent. I mean, if I had to guess, it looked like he's about 75% there. So it is coming with some heat. He is extremely firm with his putting. So he put a little stank on that one. Up boy yet? Yeah, he hit about a quarter back four. He needed about half back. Maybe even a little bit more than half. Papa says, I'm going to say 3. Come on, Papa. You got to pick one or the other. I would concede this. We'll see what Dean does. People get very sensitive about concedes. I've never been one to get so picky about it. If you want to give it to me, great. If you don't, just putt it. Like, people get way too offended about that stuff, in my opinion. There's some putts at Marion, I wouldn't give you a 1-footer. You know what I mean? Like 17 at Marion, nothing sacred there. So a lot of people say it's inside 3 feet. I think it's very putt dependent. Don't know what your guys' thoughts are, but if I have a slippery 3-footer on Marion 17, I would not expect someone to give it to me. Interesting win here with the back pin. This is really good. We should see at least one eagle here. Probably going to be some 3 woods hit. CC is always the choice of the player. Yeah, it's a very interesting topic. A lot of people get pretty upset about it, honestly. All right, we'll see. I think French is going to have a really good number in here. It should be pretty good. I mean, it's going to be very close to a full 3-wood if I had to guess. So he's sitting very nice. I miss 1 foot. Don't see me. CC a 1-footer. It depends on the putt, right? I mean, Pebble, there's not too many tricky 3-footers. Depends. There's a couple on the back for sure. All right, so French is up first. I think that's actually an advantage. I think he's going to have a really good number. I don't think Dean's going to have a bad number. It's just not going to be as good. 3-iron would be an interesting play here. He's got a beautiful 3-wood number. He can actually go right at the pin and just land it maybe a yard short and it'll stop. 3-iron's interesting. Okay, he's going with the 3-wood. Well, he's got the old school Vapor. That brings back memories. Hit a lot of errant shots with that 3-wood. All right, let's see how he plays it. Like I said, this is a great win. Really good opportunity. I think John sticks this pretty close. No heartbeat, but that's okay. Hey, he played the little short. Got a little run. It's one where I think he landed it too short. Like, he played the release, but he didn't necessarily have to. Right? Like, he probably came off his 3-wood and hit it like 94, 95%. Whereas if he hits it harder, it actually stops quicker. So Dean, a couple yards closer, could go 3-iron if he wanted to, just because that's going to leave him with a tricky 96, 90, let's say, probably like 95, 96% 3-wood. So this is probably going to go over. He's playing it light. He's kind of doing the same thing John did here. Should see a very similar result. Should see a lot of release. I think Dean probably would have been better off playing the 3-iron, to be honest. He could have played like a quarterback 3-iron and ran it up, but it's all right. They both have putts at it. Both very quick. Downhillers. Not great chance of making them. %, 2 ticks off full. With the 3-wood or 3-iron. Like I said, this is really, you got to assume, like if I'm John, I'm like, okay, let's just lag it up. Like if it drops, great, but I don't want 4 or 5 feet past the hole, which you can get. And the way Dean putts so aggressively, I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up with, 5-6 footer past the hole here. Interesting. Dean's going to turn on his putter pal. Probably maybe that last putt on the par 3 where he ran it by so much. Got him a little concerned on this putt. Like I said, it will keep running past the hole. So we'll see if John plays this a little more dead weight or if he okay with that 4 or 5 footer coming back. Oh, that looks good. Oh, that looks good. Do it. Do it. Do it. Oh, no, he got robbed. What a putt. Oh, my. That was excellent. He got absolutely robbed. That was a fantastic putt. Wow. Oh my, that was brutal. It does. He got the old 0.2 inches. Like it looked like it still had a little bit of steam left on it, and then it just stops. It's like there's a ramp on the hole. Like it just went up a ramp and stopped. Oh, that's vicious. Well, I'd be interested to see what kind of speed Dean plays here. I would expect if he's going to do a 30, it's going to be like 32%. On this scale, it would be like 64%. But we'll see. Oh, God, that is so firm. Okay, he's backing off a little bit, but this will not struggle to get to the hole, I'll tell you that. This will not come up short. And he's going to get that little 4.5, 5 footer coming back. I guess that happens when you use hit in French in a sentence. I don't know. I don't have Twitch chat up. Pull it up. Fortunately, I'm using a multi-tool chat here. I do not see anything that requires mod approval. All right, hammers it in. Wow, that is so unlucky for French. So unlucky. Is Deanbarr meter okay? Looks like he's a background download. It's just because he's streaming it to Discord and he doesn't have like the greatest stream quality anyway, so it's probably affected his meter a little bit if I had to guess. I know he was kind of hoping Frenchconnect was going to stream, but he was nice enough to share to Discord so we could stream it, so I appreciate that. All right, let's see what these guys do. They got the back pin. Let's see. I don't think French plays a lot of punch shots, so we'll probably see him with like a pitching wedge with some spin off, or he could go like a full top sand wedge. I think Dean's going to be gravitating more towards probably a punch. Could go punch, like two options. You can punch a 9 or you can do a pitching wedge. Knowing Dean, he'll probably go pitching wedge. He'll probably do something like a halfback wedge or something. You just won't see Dean play full shots. It's very rare to see him play a full backspin shot. Looks like French has got to be going full top here, but should come up short. That's just, I don't think that has the firepower to get all the way back there. Yep. Left himself with a tricky putt. It's going to be left to right. Decent amount of break. Yeah, unfortunately, full top sand wedge just won't get all the way back there. Looks like he's going to go with the punch 9 iron. Oh, he's going with a punch pitching wedge with some top spin. Okay, my man. Get crazy with it, do you? I don't know about this shot. I don't have any experience doing a full top spin punch. Does have a beautiful punch 9 iron number, I can tell you that. But this is an interesting play. It's going to be it's a very similar situation to John's, but it does go a little bit further, so I would expect it maybe to be a little short, but not much. It definitely landed short, but he got a nice release out of that. Beautiful shot. Might be one to throw in the bag. That was very well played. Puts the pressure on French here. He has, 11 feet. It's going to be breaking left to right, probably a third of a grid, roughly. Somewhere probably between a quarter and a third, if I remember right. I would expect him to make this putt, but you never know. Sometimes it's easy to leave this on the high side. Both players are playing pretty well. I think this would put. I think this puts French at 7 under, 6 under, something like that, through 7. Dean has a putt here to get to 8. I think that puts Dean at 8. That would put French at 7. See what pen we get. Give him the fun pen. We don't want to see the easy pen. Unless I'm playing. Then we want to see the easy pen. I want driver here. I would expect him to club down to like at least a 3-wood here. Highly likely if he goes driver, he's going to run it through the fairway unless he's going to hit this some type of crazy shot. Punch driver here runs through with this wind. Switching to the 3-wood. That is a beautiful looking 3-wood, by the way. I do like the way it looks. Can you see the flag just below the avatar's ear? I do not see a flag. I see his head glitching out. That's about it. Alright, so we got the easy pin here. Good drive by French. I would assume Dean's going to be behind that. So I don't think Dean plays a punch driver here. I like, could go flat 3 or could go 3-wood. I don't hit 3-wood a lot here. Ooh, that looked like he shanked it, and then all of a sudden it appeared. Both have good angles in. Dean not as aggressive, but I didn't expect he would come that close, but two good tee shots here. Interesting to see how they play this. Do they throw it long and try to spin it back, or do you take some spin off and try to play it flat? That'll be interesting to see. With Dean not being a full backspin player, I would expect him to go 7-iron here. I think I would probably gravitate more towards like a full back 6 at like 94%. But I think we'll see him hit 7, like a half back 7 or something. Boy, if he goes full back here, he's going to regret this one. Coming off the spin a little bit. I like it. Not bad. It looks like he's maybe playing it pin high. Not going to try to throw it past. I like it. Worst case comes up a little short here, I think, but could definitely get to the pin. Miss left. I would expect this to come up short and spin a little. Ooh, wow, that had a crap ton of carry. It ended up getting to the pin, and then it just juiced way back. Why not full backspin here? He could. That's the problem. That's kind of why I like going with an underpowered 6 right there, just because you're not going to get that much spin. If I hit that 93, 94%, I'm not going to get as much juice. So that was definitely an open door here for French. Let's see what he does. Looks like he's going with the 6. He's a little bit closer, so this would be 93% or so. But he's going to eliminate a lot of that spin that we saw Dean get right there. Like the play. I think this is a really good option. Only thing you got to guard against here is going really long. Like he's going 7 as well. I even like, if you're going to hit 7, go quarterback spin like 96% or something like that. Really kill off that spin. Got the heartbeat. Great looking line. Well played, well played. Very good spin control there. Excellent spin control. All right, puts pressure on Dean. Dean doesn't have the most difficult putt. It's not going to break a ton. But he's also 25 feet away, so it's going to be, it's got to be less than a grid if I remember right. Dots are kind of flying, but it's also uphill so much. He's really aiming it out there. I just don't remember this putt being outside of grid. Your audio has rumble. Sounds like it's affected by your exhale. I don't know. Gonna have to work through that. Like he's playing it maybe a grid or so. I can't tell. Yeah, he just played too much break. Good opportunity to square this up for French here. Probably not a putt. I mean, I think this you got to make him earn this birdie. It does have a little break to it. Well, 3 feet. It's sketchy. Dealer's choice there. Goes with the concede. All right, so we're all square heading into 9. Ooh, tricky wind too. We got tricky wind and a tricky pin. Probably looking at some 3-woods in. Maybe some underspun 3-irons. Depending on how far they hit it. I would assume whoever birdies this, we'll probably see 1 birdie. Or I wouldn't be surprised to see 2 pars here. It's going to be tricky. Just I don't see both players birdieing this. A little safety pool for Dean, but it's not going to kill you. With that wind, they're not going down the hill anyway. If anything, I would probably like Dean's number over French's. Not really, actually. I think French can hit a 3-iron in, whereas Dean can, but it's risky. But it's either that or it's going to be a really underpowered 3-wood. Again, knowing Dean, he likes the ladder type of shots. He could get this tight, I guess. A little late. It's leaking. It's going to come up well short, looks like. Yeah, unfortunately, I just think that's one where you got to hit the 3-wood like 91, 92% full back. I think it'll be interesting to see if John does the same thing. Although with John's number, it's a little easier. He could probably play like a half back or even like 70% back and get there, but I would expect to see like a half back 3-iron here. But he has a pretty good number in. This is one I wouldn't be shocked if he puts this inside 4 feet. I think this is just more about getting the wind right. No heartbeat. Like it's on a good line, so it might be coming up short as well. Ooh, we went long. It's going to be a tricky putt. It's going to break hard right to left. Nobody's really in an ideal spot. This looks like a strong candidate for 2 pars here. See what he hits here. It's pretty solid. I like that line. Maybe, I mean, it looks pretty good. We'll see. It's all speed dependent, though. I would assume we're going to see a 100-foot scale at about 35% power, 34. Knowing Dean, hell, he might hit at 48. Who knows? See what he hits here. Going 60-foot scale. Okay. 60-foot scale would be like, what, 58%, 57, something like that? Ooh, what is he doing? That one's not going to have enough mustard to get there. That was interesting. You don't see Dean underpowered putts much. The line was quite solid, though. All right, we should see a big breaker here by French. It's going to be a big right to left breaker. Probably, well, it depends on the speed, but I could see this being well over a grid. Might be like a grid and a half even. He wants to play a dead weight, which I assume this putt's going to be a little more dead weight for how he's played other putts today. See what he does here. This would be big. If he can walk with one up lead after how Dean started, 600 through the first 4, be huge. Both have played pretty well. Breaks like 2 grids. He definitely didn't play at 2 grids. Left it short, but good speed. Couple of concedes, and we're off to 10. Good wind, and we got the easier pen, although this one, you know, if you miss ding too late here, you can put it in the rough, you can put it in the brush. Like, there's some mistakes you can make with this wind. Pretty aggressive line there. No real benefit to me in being super aggressive down the right. I mean, it is a better angle, but from a risk-reward perspective, I don't think there's a huge benefit there. A pull by Dean, but better than missing way early. It should be French should be closer because of the aggressive line he took. Which he is, which I kind of like hitting first here. I think it's important, kind of put the pressure on him if you can, but this is a very tricky shot. Not to mention he's got to aim out over the crap, but it should be very close to a fullback 6. Unless he comes off, I don't see another play other than fullback here. It doesn't make sense to try to run like a flat 7 up. Thing you got to guard against here is missing late. I mean, you're going to have to aim out over the fescue. There's just no choice here. And mentally, that's kind of why I like being down the left where Dean's at, because John's going to have to aim even further into the fescue, which just mentally is uncomfortable. I feel like he's underplaying this win by quite a bit. That's better. Yeah, it's much better line there. But you got to hit the ding. If he misses late, this is definitely going to be in the rough. Very close to a ding, but you can see it just barely missed it and hung it out there to the right. He needed full back. He definitely underpowered that by a bit. The wind's actually a little less than what we see from the fairway. So he probably needed to take a tick off of full back, to be honest. So we'll see. This should leave John with probably looking at a 6-iron full back like 96, 97%, if I had to guess. He could play the 7, but again, it just doesn't make sense into an upslope. You want to go full back into this hole. You see that shot playing 170 plus. Well, the wind's a little shifty on this hole. There is not much of a tailwind up there. It looks like there is, but there's not. It's probably a yard, maybe a yard and a half tailwind is all. And it's a good shot. It just, he pulled it, but I mean, that's the miss you would expect when all the trouble's out to the right. It's not a horrible putt. I would definitely say John has a very decent chance of making birdie here. So if you're Dean, you got to give this a good rope. Not the most difficult putt. The hardest part is the first quarter. You can see there's a lot of break at his feet. So first quarter, this putt's going to break a lot. Feels a little light on the break to me, but it really just depends on the first 6 feet of this putt's going to determine everything. Looks like he's playing for it not to snap at the beginning. Which in the one view, when he switched the cameras, there wasn't nearly as much foot break. You can see here, there's not nearly as much. Still feels a little low to me. Yeah, I just feel like this putt's going to miss to the right. It was a good pull. Oh, wow. I guess it wasn't. Who knows? If he dings that, maybe it's in. Don't know. Open for John here. This would be quite the comeback if he can get one up. after being 2 down early. I mean, that's good grit on his part. This will break left to right. Probably, if I remember right, it's like half a grid, roughly. Maybe half to 60% of a grid. Pretty doable. Typically, when you see somebody miss here, they miss high. They overplay the break. Big putt here. But the back nine of Pebble, anything can happen. It is a great match play. The back nine is so good for match. I like French taking his time. I mean, it's a huge putt. It might even be worth the timeout if you're not 100% certain. Putts up, and it is good. Great line. That was a no-doubter from the start. It was just a beautiful line. All right. The tides have churned. Dean went from 2 up to 1 down in about 6 holes. Good win here. This should be 2 birdies, but you can put yourself in some interesting spots here. I wouldn't be surprised if one of them ends up with that little 5-footer left of the flag that breaks a ton. Common miss with this wind. Good tee shot. Shouldn't see any issues hitting this fairway. It's absolutely massive. Looks like Dean's hitting first. These could be some awkward numbers. I have to do some manipulation. It's going to be interesting. I think Dean's probably got about 87. So does he go? Yeah, he does like to play this punch. Probably going to play a punch with just a tick of backspin on it. Oh, he's going flat. Don't mind it. It just runs the risk of skipping really hard and over the pin. Which he did. He went long. Ooh, I'll tell you, I am not conceding that putt. If I'm Frenchconnect, no. I would never concede that putt. All right, John's got a much easier number. Probably looking at about 83, 84 yards, somewhere in that range. I don't think 3-iron would be the play, but he's probably just using it for aiming purposes, I would hope. Now, he could hit a punch with a little bit of backspin, and it would be very, very nice here. Very nice. He's going lob wedge. Guessing that's an 80. Yeah, if you play a full top 80, that's also a good number. Probably like 97% full top would be pretty sweet in. I would expect this to be really close. I mean, he's got a great number. Again, your miss typically is out to the left. So what he doesn't want is pin high 5 feet left. No heartbeat. Oh boy, here it comes. I left it short, but that is no gimme. I mean, that's going to have some break to it. That was an error. That was a bit of a mistake. This is going to break left to right, and it's not the most difficult putt, but it is tricky. It's one of those, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he makes it. I also wouldn't be shocked if he misses. Like, burns the edge here. A lot of times people will overplay this putt, so they'll miss it on the left side here. But it is uphill. He can be very firm with it. Definitely a shot he knows he should get way closer than this. He had a very, very good number in. Ooh, great roll. That was really good. He's putting very well. I mean, honestly, he could be 2 up right now if he just had another another little tiny bit on number 6. He's 2 up right now. Ooh, that was I don't know about that. I'm not conceding that if I'm Frenchconnect. So very generous concede in my opinion. Very, very generous. All right, let's see what they got here. I think this is downhill 25, if I remember correctly. We'll see if they do. I like, man, you could go full 5 and just try to ride some spin here. Or you take some spin off. I wouldn't be shocked to see Dean go 6 iron, like a quarterback 6 iron. Just more in line with how he plays. We'll see what John does here. I could see like 80% back 5 iron, throw it a little bit long and just spin it back probably 2 feet. I think that's a solid play as well. Miss here, you don't want to come up short. Your bendy putts are short here. Anything pin high left, probably going to be a birdie. It's a heartbeat. Oh, that line is looking real good. Might spin, though. Oh, he played for it. So he threw it long and spun it. I love the play. It's going to have a little bend, but I would say this is probably a birdie. 75% chance he makes that. Maybe 85. See what Dean does. If he goes, kind of follows suit with that hard 5, or if he switches to like a soft 6. Uh-oh. He's going with the throw it long and spin it. I love it. Fun shot. Coming off the spin a little. Ooh, I am not a fan of this shot. I am not a fan of this play. He got the heartbeat, but man, I feel like he's definitely going to be putting from behind the hole. Yeah, it was such a beautiful full 5. Like, just go full back. Didn't really need to take that spin off. That putt's going to be more difficult than John's. We won't see Frenchconnect have as difficult of a putt here. It looks to me like it's got to be somewhere near half a grid. Maybe right at half a grid. This feels slightly light to me, but I also probably would putt this softer than Dean. This would need to be like 50. Yep. Okay, that should drop. He putted that much, much firmer than I would have. What's up, Jacksons? How are you? All right, little 7-footer for French here. I believe his is going to break left to right as well, but not the severity we saw Dean's. This is probably going to be a quarter of a grid and firm. Not nearly as difficult. Missable. I feel like French is putting really well, so I would say he's definitely going to make this. Taking his time. I like. And he got it. Good roll. Probably looks like he maybe played it quarter of a grid, 30% of a grid or so. All right, what pin, what wind? Ooh, okay. Par's a good number here. I mean, if I'm Frenchconnect, I'm 1 up. I'm just trying to put myself in a good spot to make par or drop a, 15, 20 footer from below the hole. Let Dean push the pace, right? Let him try to push and hit this perfect shot and put himself out of position. So if I'm French, I really, really want to outdrive him here. I want to see what Dean does and then react to it. Oof, boy, he hit that very, very well. I would say interesting. Could see some interesting shots here. Maybe a couple birdies. I don't know. We'll see. Depends on the number in, how they play spin, but Okay, so French is going to have, I think, an easier number in. It's going to open up more shot options for him. I think if you're Dean, you come off, he's probably going to hit a pitching wedge with some spin off. It's a pretty nice, like, half-back pitching wedge, roughly. Maybe a little less, but problem with that right to left wind is it's just very tricky to get it close. But I can see him putting this within 7 feet, but it's got to be perfect. A little less than half back. I just feel like I feel like this is gonna come up way short. I don't love this play. I think we're gonna see some skipping, and it's gonna come up short. Like that. That was just a miscue, all around. Way short. Yeah, it was just not a good shot option. When you come off the spin there, you really have to add distance into this pin. So I like coming into that half back. Worse, like that's I would play that or more spin. So John, 4 yards closer is a huge advantage here. I kind of like him playing 75% back, even full. I mean, he could, if you want to get crazy with it, he can go full back, but you got to figure Dean's probably at par right now. So what you don't want to do, you don't want to put yourself in a position to make bogey, but man, he does have a number where you got to think about being pretty damn aggressive here. I mean, he could go full and spin it back, but that's so risky. I like 75, 80% back. Land it pin high and then let it check back a little bit. No heartbeats. Okay. Oh, he went for the hero shot. Went for the hero shot. Not bad. It's not bad, but this is going to be a left to righter, and because he's above the pin, if he does miss, you just got to be careful with the speed. Really easy to have a 5-footer coming back up the hill here. But he's been putting, his speed's been pretty dead on. I think he'll be fine. An interesting putt. This is definitely makeable. It's just hard to gauge it. This is where I was saying John probably wanted to be, was below the hole, so he could have this more aggressive putt up the hill. Whereas we're going to see John's putt's going to break probably somewhere between 1/2 and 3/4 of a grid, if I remember right. I do like this line. Maybe a little late misting or so. Again, it's very speed dependent. He's playing at a good pace. I mean, this will go by the hole. It's not coming up short, I'll tell you that. Yeah, I just need a little bit more. All right, huge putt here for French. He did keep it a little below the hole, so it's not as difficult, but you just got to watch the speed. If he hits this with a lot of pace, it just basically circles around the hole and comes back down to about that 5-footer, which isn't terrible, but you already know your guy's in for 4. Interesting to see his speed here. He's playing quite a bit of break. He's definitely playing this a little more dead weight, maybe. Now he moved it back. Ooh, I left it high, but I mean, his speed was good. Should see 2 concedes here, I would expect. Yeah, and that's it's a tricky 2-footer. Tricky 2-footer. But probably one I concede as well. But it's not easy. Ooh, all right. It's about to get spicy up in here. It is about to get spicy. I mean, this wind, I think we're going to see both of them go for it. We should see two approaches at the green here. That wind's just too good. laying up here is definitely an option, but with the wind being this strong, I don't think it's the right option. I think the play is to go for it here. Got the front pin, right? So if they knock it in the bunker or they hit it in the rough to the right of the bunker, you're probably going to lose the hole. Good aggressive line here. The biggest thing, just got to make sure you put full back on it. And clip that tree. Good spot for Dean. I mean, you don't want to be the first one to hit into this hole, I'll tell you that. So I think, this is something where it'd be interesting to see if John doesn't get to the green, which I find unlikely, then how does Dean respond? Right, but this is one where he could run the 3-iron up. 3-wood is definitely going to go way, way long. Like, you're playing to the back of the green if you're hitting 3-wood. It's probably only about 93% 3-wood. Putting your faith in the 3-wood's not fun. I mean, we'll see if John plays this really safe and throws it too long, which could actually put himself in a really tricky spot if you go too long. I mean, this could be the approach that decides the match, honestly. He's taking his time. I don't think he's going to back off the decision. Oh, he did. Interesting play. And an interesting layup. Ooh, he went for it with the 3. What a great shot. Excellent. Excellent. Risky. Very risky. Love it. See Dean follow up and hit a 3 here. See another 3-iron. That was an excellent layup. Seems to be a good spot for a flat 3. It is. It's just so risky, right? Like, it takes a bad kick and you end up in the rough or the bunker. Like, it's risky. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not a good camera angle. He took that hard kick left. Okay, he'll be fine. Scary. Couple pitches here. Pretty easy. You just have to let it, you just have to know that it's going to release down the hill. So you can't be super aggressive or you end up with like a pretty nasty 7-footer coming back. I think for him, he's probably trying to land this, somewhere around 11, 12 yards and then check it and let it release down the hill. So 13 would be where I kind of, at 13-yard mark, that's where I want it to die. And then I just want it to trickle down. But most of the time when you see people hit this pitch, they're way too aggressive with it. Like, they try to land it 14 yards and expect it to just hit and check, and it doesn't. Like, it takes a hard bounce, and then it releases out. French clicked that so late. Oh, really? I think he might have got away with one there, huh? I didn't know is he streaming? He wasn't streaming. Uh-oh, we got heartbeatage. We got heartbeatage. Oh, almost pitched in for the second time tonight. Wow. Excellent pitch there. All right, let's see what John does. He could putt it. I don't know if putting's the play here. You can. I mean, I think it's fine. It's just, you better be confident you know how much to add. He looks pretty content with the putter. Again, it's not the wrong play, but this will break pretty hard left to right. Nice. Switching. Got a pitching wedge out. You get more release with a pitch from the fringe than from the fairway. No, you just have to take a little bit of distance off. Like it goes a little bit further. I like the pitch. I mean, I think worst case, he's probably 3 feet from the hole. Yep. Good spot. Couple concedes here, and we'll move on to 15. 15 through 18. Very interesting from a match play standpoint. Would love to see the back right pin into a right to left wind here. That would be fun. Ah. Kind of got the win, but we got the easy pin. Got the easy pin. Should be 2 birdies here. Take his time on that tee shot. Should be just fine. Should be just fine. Yeah. Kind of choppy. Yeah, because we're watching him stream through Discord. So a little choppy. Nothing too tricky here. It's going to be downhill. But we'll definitely expect to see 2 good shots here. Pretty simple sand wedges. Probably both have about, I don't know, 97, 98 yards, something like that. No heartbeat. Probably going to spin too much on him. Probably didn't think about the spin. Yeah, but that's a good spot. That's a very simple putt. All right, Dean a little closer. I don't necessarily know if that works in his advantage, but it's nothing too tricky. It basically makes his shot probably like 95 yards. We still should see some good shots here. I like the wind aim. I think the wind aim's spot on. It's playing it maybe a little more. I think that's okay. Should get a little bit of side spin. Looking very, very light on the distance, I'll tell you that. Still feel like we'll see, but I looked a little light. Yep, need to hit that a little bit firmer. Okay, so would not have expected 2 putts of this length when we saw that wind in the tee. Good news is neither putt's going to be tricky. Still should see 2 birds. Firm. Putting them firm. I don't think we'll see John's putt go in with as much authority. It was extremely firm. I don't think John's putt's good. It's not going to break as much. He can probably keep it inside the hole here and firm. Might even be dead straight. I don't know. It shouldn't have a ton of snap to it. Okay. Good putts. All right, let's get the right pin. Let's get the right pin, not the easy pin. Uh-oh. Well, this is going to be interesting. I would say birdie probably wins the hole. Got the tricky conditions here. I'll tell you, this is the shot into this hole is a punch. It is so good. And I think Dean plays a punch into this hole. When he gets winds like this, I think Dean's actually maybe the one that told me about it, but it's very, very good. I hit that into the live event series and had a right to left wind and hit a stellar shot in. Almost, actually, it was probably a very similar wind to this, to be honest. You could hit like a knockdown punch 9-iron. Should be drivers with some backspin off, like quarterback or halfback drivers. Really no risk of going through the fairway long here. Good drive there. Fairway is more difficult to hit, especially when you're in a tight match play situation. That was a very good drive by John. Oh, it's a very aggressive line by Dean. I like it. He just, if he sprays it late, then he's going to be in some serious trouble. But I do love that line. Oh boy. Might be risky. Does he get the kick? Yeah, well, he carried it pretty far, so he's fine. Although being right is not a benefit here. You wanted to be left of John's ball, ideally, for a little better angle. Big shot here. If he sticks this tight, man, that's going to be tough. We'll see what they play. I think we'll see some punches here, but I would expect Dean to like punch. I don't actually know what combination he has, but yeah, it's a 75 wedge. It's a very good like 3/4 top shot. I think from John's perspective, he's probably going to play something with some top spin on it. Yeah, punch into this wind's not going to affect it a ton. I mean, we're probably talking, you know, if he plays like full top, it's going to do like 2.5, 3 yards. Uh-oh. What a shot. What a shot. This might be in the hole. You get a heartbeat here. You hit it pretty damn close. Oh, that's such a beauty. Okay. Probably a conceded birdie. I don't, given the situation, I don't know, but could be. So they both had almost the same exact yardage here. So they're probably both looking at about 80 yards or so. Probably playing close to 80. See what he does. So he does have the 80. I mean, I like 3/4 top here. And then come off of it a little bit. Obviously would not be a full play. Oh boy, not good. Not good. Did not need full power there. He's going to have a touchy little putt here. That is going to bend. That is going to bend. John is in a really good position. Uphill, little right to left. Dean's got to make this. No ifs, ands, or buts. You got to make it. Boy, that is lightning fast putt. Oh my God. He is not taking any time. Well played and extremely fast. Is that Kels playing? What the hell? That was like 4 seconds. That was like Kels in a live event. Flying. Oh, wow. Wonder if the smaller increment scale putter are more accurate than the next one, or, I mean, the accuracy, the thing with the lower scale, like a 15-foot scale, if I misding it, it's going to be less effect than if I misding an 100-foot scale. Two schools of thought there. All right, a little cleanup by French, but good bird. French has played very well in this back nine. I think he's played it perfect. I think they've birdied out the back. Maybe, oh, they made one par. I think they parred like 13 or 14, whatever hole it was. So they're playing pretty well. Ooh. This is where it's not a huge advantage to hit first on this hole because this wind lies a lot. And so what we'll be able to see after French hits, pay attention to the camera angle, and that will be the real wind. So there's a little bit of an advantage to Dean here. He's going to get a look at what the real wind is. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if this is a decent headwind. To me, it looks like a tailwind, but I wouldn't be shocked if we actually see it more of a headwind. But they have good numbers in. It's going to be 5 iron's an interesting play. Gonna have to be very flattish. Like a flat 5. Huh. Interesting play. I guess he just didn't want to deal with the spin. Should come up short though, right? Oh, what a shot. So it is a little bit of a tailwind. If I had to guess, I mean, he could not have played a lot of spin there. Maybe 15%, 20% tops. He played a 25% back. Yeah, if I had to guess, it was about 20. 25 should have came up a little short. Yeah. Oh, wow. So Dean's playing. That was about 25% back. And it should come up short. Yeah. Barely 10%? Yeah, I figured it had to be somewhere near flat. Huge pot here. I mean, this is the match right here. This is the match. Probably what, quarter of a grid, maybe 30% of a grid. I'd guess probably a quarter. Eyeballing it here. All the breaks late though, so with as hard as Dean plays this, it's probably actually not a quarter of a grid. It feels like a lot of break for his speed. I think it's good if you're playing a dead weight. He's not exactly a dead weight putter. Feel like he needs to come over. Ooh, that's a lot. I don't know. You better be hitting it firm. 15-foot scale. I'm guessing he's probably gonna hit this 80% or so. I would put it about 74. He's looking at 80, so he's coming back. He's gonna go about 77. Ooh, I don't know, guys. It might drop, but he's hitting it pretty damn firm now. Oh, good putt. Clutch putt. A little cleanup work. I would expect this to be conceded. And we go to 18. They both played the bag very well. Both played very, very well. Both 7 under through 8. Oh, no, don't do that. That's so bad. If you are Dean here, do you try the trick shot? Do you try the... Now, you can take it off the rocks. There is a way to take it off the rocks and hit it about 350, 360 here. But it's so risky and unreliable. It'll be interesting to see what he does. I know he knows about it, too. We've discussed it. Not he and I, but we've been in group chats with our country club talking about how someone did it one time. He knows it's out there. Doesn't look like he's going to do it. I've never actually attempted this shot. He's just going to play it safe, but ooh, it's an interesting situation. I just don't know what the right answer is there. I mean, you're handcuffed by the wind. Maybe he runs it up. I don't know. But you see those rocks over to the left. You can land it in that rock pile and try to skip it back up into the fairway. Not as strong of a wind, so I guess it's doable, but he's going to have to run it up. I mean, it's going to be a flattish 3-wood. But if he gets a heartbeat here, I would say we're going to extras. It's just tricky shots. I feel like he's playing too much spin. Got to come off the spin and bounce it up. Might even be a good one to play just a tick of top. I just don't know if it gets there with that much spin. Got the ding. Clutch ding. It's right on the money distance-wise, but it should come up short. Yeah. One where I like flat or even a tick of top. See what John does. He's like, what, 1 yard closer? So Yeah, he plays it here. I mean, if you're Dean, you're hoping he like puts it in the bunker. You know, you're hoping something crazy. The 3 of destiny kicks in, it shanks it left or something. You know, not to root ill will against French, but you know, you're trying to win it. Let's see what he does here. Worst case, you know, mentally he's going to play it safe and miss late. I guess he could go in that right bunker, but I don't think so. I mean, he's played so solidly. I expect this to be a good shot. Very good line. Maybe coming up short. Yeah, he got it inside. Yeah, it's going to roll back off the green, but got a very makeable pitch. A little bit of drama left here. I don't think he'll putt this. I think probably a pitch. If I remember right, there's a lot of break here, like a ton of foot break that doesn't make sense. So he'll probably try to take that foot break out and go with the pitch. Maybe he's going to putt it. He does kind of switch late, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him switch back to a wedge here. You want to use the putter to see what the real break is on it. Oh, it is on the green. I'm an idiot. My bad. Probably should look down at the bottom right, eh? But he does have to putt it. I don't like the odds of making this putt. I mean, I guess technically it's doable, but it's just so wonky right at the beginning. A hell of an effort. Hell of an effort. Oh my God. Does Dean take a timeout here? This is one where you haven't used a timeout. Maybe this is a good time. Using up clock. Typing in chat. I don't know about that one. Very makeable. Wouldn't be shocked if he made it. Big putt here. This would be, what, 3 eagles for Dean if he made it. I think he's running at about 14 under right now. He's somewhere between 14 and 15 under, if I'm guessing. I believe he's 14 and French is going to shoot 15. Maybe French is at 16. I don't know. Somewhere in that ballpark. Ooh, big putt. $60-foot scale should be around 40% power or so. Okay. Yeah, I like that. That's actually what I would putt it. So I just expected he would putt it harder. All right, didn't make it, I don't think. Left it high. Great match, though. Congrats to Frenchconnect. He played extremely well. Both of them played well. Transgressional takes the dub, moves to, I believe, 4 wins to Cobra Kai's 1. So they've got a nice little league going here. But we've still got a lot of matches left. I think there was 25 in total. So we still have a ton of matches to be played. And we'll see how they go. But very well played by both. Alrighty, I am going to jump off, eat dinner, and then I will be back streaming in about 30 minutes for poker. So if you are into poker, you can watch me dominate these fools. Dominate some club mates in poker and just send these trash players home broke. You guys have a good night if you are not going to be watching, and then I think the new Ready Go list comes out tomorrow, so we'll be streaming the new Ready Go list in the morning. So if you're coming back, I'll see you soon. If not, have a great night.